politeness reasons, basically, as finding a
Listen,
thing involving an audio.
the next time you have to burp on mic, you can just do it into the mic. It's
It's
fine.
fun that this was the live part.
Starting off strong. All right.
Are you sure you want to set that precedent, Logan? Nice.
That was a 4 out of 10 at best. Anyway,
I can't
we
watch
are
best.
going on to episode 2 of our little RP that we've got going on. We neglected to do growth last time, but just for posterity, everybody gets 1 growth because of the questions that got answered. Pretty much everybody except for Steven's character ended at their center. But Steven was the one that showed emotion, which is paramount to his adrift. To his adrift.
I showed emotion.
Yeah, well, you showed emotion, which is important for your character who is risk averse. But yeah, so it turns out everybody gets 1 growth, and yeah, we should probably get back right into it. We go back to the castle prison. I forget what I called it. The Dowling estate, I think it was, or something like that. I don't know. Don't fact check me. It's not important.
We have a VOD of the previous stream that can literally be checked to
Yeah,
find
but
this
not right
information.
now, and also I can't be fucked.
Unfuckable.
Yeah, I can't be fucked to do it. I'm unfuckable to complete this task. No, in no other way.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
I
so,
can clip
yeah.
that, by the way.
You know
Yes,
what?
do it.
I'm not doing
Oh
that.
god,
but-
this is gonna haunt me.
I'll clip it then.
Why do you guys bully me so? What did I do?
You made a mistake, obviously.
I made a mistake, and I will be cast on the cross forevermore for it.
Yeah.
Understood.
You got it.
Yay. Hey Jordan, you remember when we were doing readings and you were just like, "Oh my god, look at all my horrible writing," and I was like, "Oh no, it's not that bad."
Yeah.
You remember how I didn't make fun of you for that?
Are you saying it was bad? Okay, I'll go delete it all.
No,
I can
I'm
just...
saying that it was fine. You made mistakes, but honestly, you're a human being.
Man, I should just delete all my work and just not do it. I'm not good enough to be a writer.
That's what Logan is saying.
Yeah, that is what he's saying.
I should just not talk
He's
ever.
toxic, I think. I think that's the word. Toxic and unfuckable.
That's
I
toxic and unfuckable.
All right, all of your characters are dead now. There's a plague that has swept the Earth Kingdom, and they're all goodbye.
Actually, I'm immune to plague. It says so on my character sheet.
Actually, look at my fucking prodigy sheet. It says that I'm immune to everything. Thank you.
Immune.
I'm too smart for the virus.
The virus thinks it's too stupid for me. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna need you to go all the way toward excellence and also lose your balance.
I can't lose my balance. I'm too smart for that.
That's what the excellence side of the balance is. God damn it. All right.
Yeah, no, he doesn't trip. He trips the sidebar.
He trips the sidebar. Okay. Great. All right. I need.
Alright, thing clips. I am posting it there, for one.
Oh, you guys are lucky. I love you. All right.
You love us?
It's super sweet.
Less and less as time goes on. It's amazing how this occurs.
It is. Time.
All
Let's
right.
just have friendship.
Anyway, are we gonna get back into the story now? We are at the.
I think there's a slight retcon in my character background. Like, I think in the first session, I said that I was still in the Earth Kingdom army. I'm not anymore because because I'm part of the resistance now, I guess.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right.
I did a short stint with the Earth Kingdom Army, but my cousin, who was the captain, was like, "Yeah, you're actually too young to serve in the army because you're like 12."
Yep.
and
Yeah,
your
you were a
your
little
mom
drummer
will kill
boy.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a scout. I drew maps.
Yep.
But,
and you got really, really good at cartography.
Yeah, because my dad taught me calligraphy, and then during the army I learned cartography. But my cousin was like, yeah, we're gonna go like fighting. So I'll send you to the resistance. It's closer to home because like it's in Cranefish Town. It's not too far away from
Yep.
our hometown. So
This would
your
be
mom will
the
probably
biggest.
won't kill me.
This would be the biggest resistance in your area for sure.
Oh wow, yeah,
Um,
okay.
But yeah.
So yeah, last episode I said that I was wearing Earth
Oh,
Kingdom
yeah.
Army uniform. Yeah, but because I'm not officially part of the Earth Kingdom Army anymore, and
Do
that would
you-
probably be a big a dead giveaway of the resistance if I was wearing that. So I'm just
Yeah,
wearing
probably.
civvy clothes, like typical Earth Kingdom civvy clothes, greens and brown stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's the
Did-
retcon.
Did you remember what your family crest was?
Yes,
Fleshy fruit.
persimmon and white persimmon fruits and leaves.
Persimmon fruit and leaves.
Lychee.
Lychee.
Lychee fruit.
Yeah.
Lychee. Got it. What does a persimmon look like? I need to look this up.
I-
While you look it up, or while I look it up.
They're basically
um,
oranges, but
Persimmon. Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're
maybe tomatoes.
It's like an orange
they're an
tomato.
orange fruit.
Oh.
It does. It has. It's not the text. Like when you open it, it's not a citrus fruit. It is kind of like a tomato. The skin is like a tomato, kind of, depending on which kind you get.
Gotcha. Would anybody who
Yeah, there's a very soft one and then a firm one.
got it. What anybody
but
who's
persimmon
fortunate
and
enough
white-
to be listening to this should know is that we often get distracted. I've been trying to start the scene for like 5 minutes now.
Okay.
You've also been one of the main people distracting from it.
I know.
We should start. So anyway.
We should start. So anyway, so Noae and Tapisa, you guys are stuck in Tapisa's room, surrounded by guards. They're on low level alert, still, at least some of them, because they heard Noae making noise as she made her way in. That one guard was kind of put into his place recently by Tapisa talking very fast and making sure that he fucked right off. So yeah, all right. Where would you guys like to begin?
We could begin with Noe and Tapisa, I guess.
Well, yes, yeah,
Yes.
but like, what I mean is, how what would you guys like to say to each other, and how would you guys like to react from now?
Kind of thinking.
It would be probably a good time, if I'm to give a suggestion for Jordan to thank Tapisa.
Oh yeah, I just remembered that I hadn't in the lounge put that for up on Twitch, so
Yep. Oh. But yeah, so
Now we're good.
I don't know if Noae is even
Ye-
still like half underneath the bed that they.
Yeah, she
that
probably
they
crawls
took
out
into.
and dusts
Yep.
herself off and looks begrudgingly up at the very tall lady. You didn't have to do that, you know.
Of course I did.
Why?
Because you came here to rescue me, and it would be. And besides, I try and help everybody. Part of what I do. Well, what I did. And hopefully we'll do it again. Now that you're here.
Thank you. And she stomps away.
Which this is like a room, so she just walks to the other side.
Yes,
of
she
it.
literally just walks to the other side for a bit.
So this room is really rather big. It's to the point where one of you would have to shout if the other is on the other side of the room. And that would probably be a bad idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tapisa is going to go and start putting her shackle back on her leg, and hiding her stuff under the bed again in the mattress.
So outside of the room, you're going to hear some murmuring. You remember sort of the layout of the house. The kitchen, if you're looking at it from the top down, the kitchen is on the upper right-hand corner. The upper left-hand corner is where you kind of hear talking coming from. You hear the guard, the one to whom you've just sassed and kicked out of your room, and you hear another voice. This voice is one that Tapisa would be intimately familiar with. It is a lady's voice, and it is, you would know, it is coming from this lady named Colonel Ta Lin. She is basically the one who runs things around here. She is not happy to have been roused at this hour. She generally sleeps in a cot on the left side. You've kind of gleaned this because this is not the first time that you've broken out of your shackles. You have an idea of pretty much where everything is, even if you have only been able to get out for maybe a minute at a time, because guards patrolling would see you. You can hear her yelling basically at the guard, and she now notices two of the guards who have assumed a sitting position. She's not happy about that. What do you two think you're doing? These rounds need to be made. We can't have you getting lazy around us. You have any idea who we're watching? If she gets out, then it's your ass, not mine. And you can hear the shuffling of the feet of the men immediately shaping up and being like, "We're sorry, ma'am." Chung, clunk, 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 as their boots rack the floor surrounding the room in which you are. You can hear her now angrily stomp back into her room, slam the door shut, and lock it. I don't want any more disturbances before she slams the door. I don't want any more disturbances unless it's an emergency. And she slams the door, and you've heard the last of her, at least for now. So, do you guys have a plan? Or is the plan to kind of just hunker down until
There's
you
guards on both doors leading out here.
There are guards encircling the room. Thankfully, it's relatively easy to hear them. But it takes them about 2 minutes to make a full rotation of the room. And there are guards on both sides, like roughly
So a minute.
speaking. Yeah,
of-
about a minute, yeah. And
Shout
they're
out to our
on
live map maker here over on the stream, who is
Ooh,
figuring stuff
map
out.
making.
Indeed.
All right, let me see. Let me just make sure. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so a reasonable plan could be, Noae, to hunker down for at least a little while. You didn't hear the plan. That not Yuka. God, I always forget her name. That Kota made for this place, but you can assume that there was one. And you might also be able to assume or suspect that breaking out now might be harder than it would be in a little bit. There is information that you would have that you would be able to surmise. Yeah, the rebel leader lady is named Kota. So she is the one that hired, or at least has tried to hire Noae, Jordan's character, to break out this prisoner. He went ahead and got himself stuck in the meantime. But what you, Jordan, would know is that tomorrow is the Summer Solstice Festival. What that means is the Fire Nation is they're not desperate per se, but what they generally like to do by way of propaganda is throw on big celebrations as a way to, I guess, reward Fire Nation people while kind of, putting on, putting on a North Korean-esque display of power toward the people that they are oppressing.
Mhm.
This, you would know, is a time of celebration among Fire Nation people. And you know that this is tomorrow. You may even be able to have suspected that this was Kota's plan all along. It's not really all that difficult to put two and two together, especially as a prodigy.
Mhm.
So if you hunkered down and waited, even with the hard ass that was around, you would probably have an easier time breaking out.
Yeah.
What is this, politics in my very political setting? No. Avatar? Politics? Nah, never. I liked Atla before it became political. Oh, no. But yeah, so you can do that with that information as you will.
Mm-hmm.
I check the floors.
All right. What are you doing to check the floors?
I want to know if there's a crawl space underneath the building.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
So how would you be doing this? What you will see, first off, is that all of the floorboards are nailed down. There isn't you could search around for a bit and it would take some time. You might be able to find some gaps in the floorboards. But at first glance you don't see any.
Well, it's really
there
easy
is
to tell if there's a
certainly-
crawl space. You can just walk on it.
Yeah. If that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to like echolocate, as it were, the ground beneath.
Echolocate. I mean,
Uh,
technically not incorrect.
Yeah, no. If you're trying to echolocate the ground beneath the floor,
Mhm.
then what you would find is that if you're like stomping or feeling around, that there isn't really much space. From what you can gather, it might be enough space for you, considering you're a child. It would certainly not be enough space for muscular tall lady.
Yeah.
It's possible that well, it's possible that it leads somewhere, but you can't say for sure. You have no idea. All you can tell by sound test is that it's a small amount of space. Maybe big enough for you. Definitely not big enough for Liv.
Right.
Is that Tapisa right there? The bunny lady?
No, it's Echo from Pandora
Yeah.
Hearts. I located her.
I figured.
So let's see. Under the bed.
Yep.
The floor is wood, correct?
Floor is wood.
Nice, perfect.
The floor is also lava, so jump on the bed.
No, under the bed.
No.
It's not lava yet.
It's not lava yet. Oh man, what a prescient thing that you've just said.
It's because I know what Jordan's plan is. Sorry for stealing your thunder.
No, you're fine. So let's see. Noae sticks her head out from underneath the bed and is like, "Do we want to get out now? Later? How do we want to go about this?"
I mean, from what the guards have been chattering about, I think there's a festival tomorrow. That would be a good time to escape.
So
Unless you want to get out early and you said you were here with friends, I think?
Olivia,
Did Noah say that?
without giving too much away, you are kind of eager to leave. I'll just let that there, and we'll get to that information.
Just place a little thing in front of, like on the table and just back off. It's not your fault.
Yep.
If it is not major spoilers, could you please DM that to me? Because it will inform my roleplay.
Yeah, God, what are you doing, Orange?
It's a secret to everybody.
Even the person it affects?
Kind of. But yeah, so
I want to keep Echo
Olivia,
on the
you are
screen.
eager to leave.
Well, this is news for me. It also doesn't quite make sense. Can you please DM? Like, it would
no,
genuinely.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, yeah, it goes against what I have set for her character currently.
Makes sense. I will get it to you.
Let me just get an image that's appropriate for this moment.
Oh. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, that changes things.
You also have to look at the edit that I just put in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that tracks with literally just the map of the world, because.
Yep.
Which it's interesting that she's being held here, considering she's originally from there.
Yep. Yeah, she's originally from the Southern Water Tribe, and she's being held in Cranefish Town. It's more about what's advantageous for her captors, quite frankly. She doesn't really get a choice in that matter.
No, I just find it interesting that they carted her all the way up there. But they do have steamships, like.
So the lore around that is that you were put in a Fire Nation prison in the Fire Nation.
Mm-hmm.
but you were brought there specifically because that's more or less where your inventions would be needed.
Mm-hmm.
The Fire Nation, like if you were trying to, I think the story was that you were trying to create long range communication.
No, it was working on drilling technology.
Yeah, drilling
specifically for
technologies.
combat.
They don't really need that in the Fire Nation. They need it in they need it in the Earth Kingdom, especially for their plans for Bossing Say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, so you you were kind of brought far away from home initially, and then brought even further away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyway, so use that information how you will to inform
Yeah.
how your character is going to react.
I do. Yeah. So I do need to get out sooner. It's just there's something I have to do, but if it might not be safe to make a move until the festival is in full swing. It's
Of course it's not safe. What are you talking about? There's armed guards everywhere. But what's your point?
I don't know. It's did Noae say that they came here with someone, or were
No,
here?
they
with
didn't.
someone?
We've yet to have that conversation. You know very little other than that she was trying to help.
Yeah. All right. So, if it's just you and me, yeah, it might be better to try and escape now, or well, maybe wait a couple hours until they're less on alert before making our move.
I mean, we can wait a little bit if that makes you more comfortable, but I also, potentially, if we wanted to get out of Phantom Rush, we could just fill the whole place with fire.
That is an audible sigh from Tapisa. I don't know if that came across on the
No, it
Discord.
didn't. But now it lifts her hand up and a small flame flickers into existence in it, and she's like, it wouldn't be hard.
I'm just more worried about us getting hurt more than them.
She holds the fire and like passes it back and forth between hands. It's like, that's kind of what I'm here for.
It's not just the fire, though. It's the smoke.
Mhm.
Smoke, which is not good to breathe in.
Right.
Trust me on that. So.
I've burned down enough places to know that, but mostly accidental, I'll admit. I do think we could very easily get out if everyone was distracted by everything being on fire. And they're mostly firebenders, so it won't get that out of control, right?
Possibly. I'm just thinking, well, depending on where you start the fire, there's a good chance they will try and come in and save me, and if they catch you, that will be a problem. Could you sneak out, set the fire in a different part of the house nearby, and get out, and then...
She smiles, a little bit cocky seeming, and just taps the floorboards. Crawl space. For crawling.
Alright. I think that's... She pauses. There's a look on her face.
It's risky.
Fuck. No. Not that.
What's it?
I have a code.
I don't know what that means.
Series of ideals that I try and live up to. And this would be...
Ideals, I think I know. Go on.
Yeah. It's...
Is this not one of them?
Never strike the first blow.
No, I'm not striking a blow. I'm setting everything on fire. There's a big difference there.
It's not just about the words and the thing. It's about the meaning behind it. It's give them a chance.
Okay, if it's about the meaning behind it, then what are you talking about? They threw you in prison. They've already obstructed your freedom. They have hurt you in a profound and infinite way. You're not striking first.
I have to believe that. And she pauses again, like she's very clearly torn up about this at the moment. It's almost like she's being torn between two things, two sides of her personality, between forgiveness and action here.
Meanwhile, Noae's balance is excellence in the community, and therefore setting a whole building on fire and being fucking cool about it and saving someone fits both. This is both things.
Yep. Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
As the
Meanwhile,
house burns
somebody's
down.
having well, meanwhile somebody's like having emotional turmoil. I mean, that is usually how it happens. It's usually not everybody who's having emotional turmoil.
Yeah, this is an easy choice for Noae.
Mhm.
Burn.
Yeah, no, there's a moment where like her face is like torn, like between what she wants to believe in and what she like, and well, the part of her that wants to burn everything down, literally, and her face hardens. Fuck, do it.
She grins. And basically she tries to make she takes the flame and sharpens it, like just kind of shapes it in her hand and starts to cut away at the board using it to get into the crawl space.
Taking flame and cutting it away.
Yep.
Okay.
You know how firebenders do, how they make knives out of flat fire to cut things.
I don't know if that would be the smartest thing to do to wood,
I
especially considering there are all kinds of tools around.
mean, the smell would be about the only thing, and
It's less noisy.
mhm.
All right.
And while that's happening, Tapisa is going to grab her tools and put them in her pockets. Well, like the scraps and stuff from the bed. But keep the shackle on specifically. Although she is like ready to pop it off if it becomes an emergency.
Are you trying to avoid being smelled, or are you just
Every day of my life.
what level of care are you trying to take here? 'Cause if
Um,
you're trying to remain sneaky, even so, then I would have you roll. But if you're just trying to make a hole and you don't care, like, kind of who knows, then you just do your thing.
I mean, I'm definitely doing it bit by bit, slowly.
Okay.
So if it hits someone, it's going to be kind of like just odd, but not necessarily throwing alarms because this is not the age of electricity. So there's always things burning.
Yeah.
There's literally
Fair point.
dozens of things burning right now, all around them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep, there are torches around. All right. So I think you're good. It just will take some time.
yeah, I'm fine with that. Both options take some time, so.
Mm-hmm. Just when that time is being taken.
The wood is pretty well laminated, so it shouldn't burn without much. It shouldn't burn without a lot of pressure put to it, but it will char and separate.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tapisa will also hand her like a small. Well, would they let her have sharp tools? Is the question.
The 12-year-old?
No, the guards.
Oh.
So it would depend on what it is, and you would have to make an argument.
I was thinking something like equivalent to like a flathead screwdriver.
Flathead screwdriver?
Or other, like almost like a chisel, but not necessarily super sharp.
The flathead screwdriver, like for prying things open, probably.
Yes.
Because yeah.
Or-
Yeah, you know what, they do have screws in this world. Yeah, you could probably justify that. I wouldn't say that you could have a crowbar, because that's an adjective.
Yeah, no, No, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking specifically like something along the lines of flathead screwdriver or maybe chisel, but chisel's sharp, so not that.
These guys are pretty well trained. They feel comfortable giving a non-bender a screwdriver.
Fair. That's their mistake.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
so Tapisa will tap Noae on the shoulder at one point and just hand her the flathead screwdriver and just be like, just like raise an eyebrow. Maybe you could use this a little bit.
I just speed it
Help.
up. Yeah, to speed it up, yeah. She flips it around and starts prying at the edges of the board to loosen it up as well, and just also getting rid of the nails potentially, because could carve away, use the spire to carve away some of the wood around the nails and just pry them up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do love their budding friendship.
Let me see what you have. A knife. No. You definitely don't have a knife.
No,
Let's just-
Why don't I have a knife?
No, not you. You know who I'm talking to. But yeah. So anyway, you are at this point. I would say a good half hour has passed. You in this time you could have created a hole that's big enough for yourself.
That's all I need.
All right. So beneath you, there is. Let me take out a just so that I can get the measurements completely correct. You have about 8 inches between the floorboards, from the bottom of the floorboards to the ground. And it is ground. You can see no basement. It is just ground, at least at this point in the house. So you're going to be crawling around in dirt, and you're going to have to be prone, obviously, but you can just about make it, from what I understand of your character's physiology.
Tiny.
Tiny, yes.
Yeah, she goes in.
All right. Is there any parting words you would like to say to Liv, or are you just going to pop on
It's not goodbye. She says nothing, though. She just gets in.
All right. All right. So, in which direction would you like to crawl?
Okay, so the map I have for the kitchen, dining room, and main hall is accurate, right?
Yes, the room itself is bigger. It's at least it's the width of the main hall.
Yeah, that the sizes don't matter. It's how you use them.
I'm just making sure that
That's
was
what she said.
understood. But yes, that is just about correct.
Yeah, and there's also a hall over here, if I remember right, because I went around.
There are halls to both sides. They lead
Nice.
to like separate rooms that are that were kind of in front of, like, when you got into the kitchen
Mhm,
from this map's point, from the east,
mhm.
there were rooms to your left that you avoided. You went into the kitchen. But yes, there is a hallway to this current room's right and left.
Okay. Well, I know where the kitchen is, and that's around my exit point. So
Other way.
this needs
At
to be
least
safe.
the exit point that you know.
Right. Well, it's the exit point we're using. It doesn't matter which one. Like, so then this will be the fire starter. Right.
The one
Right
to
here.
to the lower left.
Right here.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So it will take some time. Luckily, being underneath the floorboards, you can hear the clank, 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 clank. You have a very good idea of where the guards are,
Mm-hmm.
considering that they're going to reverberate through the floorboards, and they're not being subtle about it.
Yeah.
In this time, So there are mounds of dirt. Obviously, this is a crawl space. Some of them are going to be higher than others.
Mhm.
There is a path that you can take to get to that location, but it's going to take basically another 20 minutes to get there.
20 minutes? Am I going downtown? Jesus.
You're crawling in really confined space around mounds of dirt that you cannot bend.
My hands beg to differ.
Yeah, there. Have you ever tried to have you?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not. They're not easy to move.
Packed dirt.
It's packed dirt. Yeah.
Please. If they're mounds, they're not
Please.
that packed.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I do.
But
She does have a tool to help.
which tool?
The one she was just handed.
Oh yeah, that guy. All right.
That guy. So
Yep. I didn't quite get that you had handed it to her. All right. If you would like to use that, then I can probably get it down to about 10 minutes.
okay, I'll accept that. Begrudgingly.
All right. Clank, 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 clank. The guards are slowing down at this point. They it's been about, by addition, 45 minutes since Talin was out and she kind of made her scene. At this point, there's a little bit of senioritis coming from the guards, or at least a pair of them, and then the other pair comes around the corner and sees them, and they kind of are like, well, if they're gonna slack off, why don't I slack off? The senioritis being that tomorrow is the summer solstice. They won't have to work much longer. Why work extra hard when they don't have to? But so yeah, point being that they are still walking, but there's a gap between them, so you'll be given 3 minutes if you need it to at the right moment to do whatever you're going to need to do.
What is the room opposite the kitchen?
The room opposite the kitchen is a little sitting room. It was made kind of with plush seats and a nice rug. Specific. Oh, Crow has to leave. Damn it!
Oh,
Before they even got to play.
sorry, Crow.
Well, it is what it is. But yeah, so you'll let us know when you have to leave by getting out of the chat. But for now, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you up on whatever your character and whatever everybody else's characters do.
Or you can watch the VOD from this point.
Or you can watch the VOD.
Timestamp 47
but
minutes.
47 minutes. God. All right. But so yeah. Anyway, so it's a sitting room. It's got a
Very
nice plush
flammable
carpet,
stuff.
good solid chairs. This is where sometimes this is where like two of the soldiers were sitting when you first broke in.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a nice kindling. So,
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe I'm going along with this fucking plan.
I know,
Orange,
right?
and you're derailing. We wouldn't have done this if
What
you
are
hadn't
you
revealed
talking
that
about with me?
information revealed.
yeah, it's kind of your fault. So whatever happens.
Whatever happens is obviously my fault. I only created the world in which you act, but it's all my fault.
Mhm.
I'm glad you understand.
Got it. Anyway, so Jordan, it's on you.
It's on you. Yeah, I find any gaps and
So it would probably be relatively easy, given that it's dark
Mhm.
below and light above, to see any gaps in the walls. Unfortunately for you, or gaps in the floor. Unfortunately for you, this was a very well-made Earth Kingdom house that belonged to a very wealthy family. So whatever gaps there are very, very thin, and you can kind of see very like slivers of light through them.
Oh, that's fine by me.
Yep.
So I put my hands up against the slivers
Sure.
and press fire through them.
Okay. Got it.
Because if light can go through, so can fire.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, so what are you trying to light above you?
Everything.
Everything.
I just pump
Trying to
fire
light-
into there and then make it dance.
You're trying to you probably have a good idea of where, like, there's like a tea table kind of in the middle. There are cushions as well. You would probably have a hard time seeing through the rug, so I assume that's not what you're going for.
No,
But
just a blanket swirl of flame in there. That way, like,
all right. You are pressing fire through. I'm trying to decide if I want you to rely on your skills and training. No, I don't think there's any uncertainty in this. I think you, especially given a couple of minutes, would be able to get this done. All right. So above you, you've arced the flames. Well, there was a table above you. It was made of wood. It is now smoldering.
it sounds like a sad tale. Like you're trying to say to me. It's like there was a table once.
There was a table. It will soon no longer be a table. It is smoldering and it is caught.
Hmm.
You can tell, especially because you can probably see the flame. If you wanted to give it some more juice, I would say go for it. But yeah, this table is about to catch on fire. And it is surrounded by finery around it, largely also made of wood.
And cloth.
You have started a fire.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I spread it a little bit
Okay.
and then move on to another room.
To another room. Oh boy.
Mhm.
You better hope that you can get out of this crawl space fast enough.
Oh, I do very much hope. But she
Okay.
is cocky, i.e., excellence.
All right. All right. So, you're gonna have to crawl, and you're gonna. Where are you going next?
Just the next room over, going north.
So, over being laterally or
No,
up and
north.
down? North. Okay. Up. That would be a That would be a fairly ornate bedroom for guests, generally.
Anyone in it?
No, not that you can tell.
Perfect. I set the bed on fire and keep going.
All right. So, by the time you've lit this bed on fire, the sitting room is pretty much I wouldn't say engulfed just yet, but all of the furniture is engulfed.
Mhm.
Smoke is starting to build up in the house. Now you've let the bed on fire. It's in, I would say, like the halfway process of being burned. Give it a few more seconds, it will be totally engulfed. All right, where are you going next?
Back.
Back further?
Back to where I started, because that should be enough to start shit.
All right. Whoosh. All right. So buildings like this, especially for wealthy people, are largely made of wood. There are a lot of buildings, especially in the Earth Kingdom, that are made of earth, but that's actually kind of considered cheaper than than this
Makes
because,
sense.
you know, earthbenders can just bend the house as opposed to wood, which is considered more of a not a delicacy. You know what I mean, a finery.
Mhm.
It's a delicacy. Good to know.
Delicious, delicious
Yes.
wood.
Listen, you can cosplay as a termite. You can be a termite in the Avatar world. It's fine. I don't know how I'd do anything with your character, but
Termite dog.
I am the termite that has jumped on the ostrich horse, and therefore I am part of the story. But yeah, anyway, you are going to make your way back. By the time you get back, the hallway is full of smoke. I would say at least the top half of the hallway is full of smoke. It is seeping into the door to the room in which you are currently residing. But the door is closed, so it's stopping it for the most part. But you know, it's smoke, so it's gonna do what it's gonna do.
Yes, it will.
All right. So, yeah, right now, it is about when you're halfway back to the room, when you're after lighting the bed on fire, that you hear shouting. The fire has been noticed because, you know, obviously it's a fucking fire. The smaller, I guess the lower level soldiers are yelling, and they are going to bang on the door, out of which they out of which Ta Lin came. They're gonna bang on it really, really loudly and yell at the top of their lungs, "Fire! Fire! Come on! Look, hold on. We gotta quell it somehow. Okay." Yeah, I'm not very good at making up just words that they're gonna say, so I gotta get better at that. All right. You hear stomping, and the door is basically kicked open. It's almost kicked off its hinges, quite frankly. And you don't see her, but you definitely hear her. She has a presence to her, this lady. So she starts barking orders to the firebenders. What are you guys, simpletons? You're firebenders. Put the fire out. She yells specifically at the two guards who are at her door. They they gulp in fear, and they're like, right, ma'am. Okay. And they run toward the fire, and using their fire bending, they are going to attempt to quell it. The fire was fairly far advanced, but these guys are pretty trained firebenders. I don't know. It will probably take them a minute to get this fire under control.
Good. That's enough time.
All right. But it is at this point that the lady is going to stomp toward the front of the house. One of the things that you never really got the chance to notice is that they kind of installed an alarm system, an alarm bell that can be pulled from the inside and from the outside, but from the front room. It's going to be incredibly loud, and everybody is kind of know, hey, something's on fire here. This is on alert. Whoever said it, like, everybody once they quell it, they're going to be searching around for whatever started it.
Yeah, I know how people work.
Yep.
So-
Just checking.
Yeah, now it pops out of the dirty, underfloor and shakes off some of the dust and debris, which she's honestly fine with. She's used to it. She got her kid and everything, and she smiles at Tapisa and is like, "Okay, let's go."
Hey, water. Yeah, give me 1 minute so I can get some water, and I will be back.
Well, actually, water would be useful.
Sure. if we want to take a quick break.
Yeah, that's fine. I can put stream on standby mode for a little bit.
No. I just keep seeing the knife gif.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Noae should be given sharp objects, I'll be honest.
Does she not already have knives?
Oh, she probably does. Just don't give her more. She at least probably has one for utility purposes.
Mm-hmm. Discord. Solomon Discord.
Mm-hmm. I do enjoy the name Discord.
And I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back.
So, I will take this break to go for a brief aside, when really it's not an aside. So, back at Resistance headquarters, Kota, who has become kind of nocturnal as the days have gone, as most of the important things in her world happen at nighttime. She is still up. She is reviewing battle strategy, trying to coalesce information, making sure it's all clear in her head, marking the maps that Hei-hung has helpfully made for her. And out of nowhere, there's a stomping on the in the stairwell behind her. This kind of thing, she's normally very much for subterfuge. This kind of thing would only happen if it was an emergency. She turns around and she sees a lad, one of her lieutenants, who's rather good at surveillance. That's generally his skill. Has run down. He is breathless. He is tired, but he says through his breaths, "Alarm at the house. At the house. There's an alert. Something's happening there. We need to get there. You need to. Oh, okay." And Coda's like, "Hold on, calm down. What house?" The house with the prisoner you wanted, the one with the inventor girl. You need to get somebody over there fast. Whew. You can tell, in addition to him being winded, that he is not as used to the nighttime hours as Kota is. She's been trying to get him to be more of a nighttime person, but it isn't taken so well. He he basically won't be able to make it with you guys to help. But Steven's character is going to be roused from his sleep, having recovered two fatigue in the hours that he's been asleep. Daehung is also going to be roused, and Kota is going to very briefly explain the plan to you. The plan is basically there's an inventor lady who we want to get out of jail. She's in this house that's on the outskirts of town. Pretty much all of the information that you, Stephen, already have. She's going to curse whatever this is occurring, as there was a perfectly good plan set up with disguises and everything that was going to take place during the festival tomorrow, but there isn't time now. She needs you and Haehung to go there to make sure that everything's okay, and if this commotion proves advantageous, obviously break out the prisoner. So, yeah. You can react to this news however you want, but this is effectively how your character is going to get into the into the fray, as it were. She's going to signal to Haehong to jump onto an ostrich horse that she's managed to produce. And you guys are likely going to ride there on the same ostrich horse. If you have any objections to this plan, obviously it's up to you to decide.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't care how I get there.
Cool. All right, so she is going to slap the butt of the ostrich horse, and Haehong being being from the Earth Kingdom is especially from like a somewhat noble family is skilled, or at least not skilled, what's the word? Experienced in riding one of these. You're going to make your way toward the house. It is going to take about 15 minutes. All right. Back to the house. Yeah. Now, I assume that Noae has gotten themselves out of the hole, and they're back into the in the room.
Yeah, little embers coming off.
You have about a minute before the guards are going to be able to quell the flames. What is happening? What are you going to do?
Well, she is going to clap her hands together and transmute the wait, no, sorry, wrong anime.
You
Snark.
need a matrix of yourself.
So, she pops out of the whole bits of embers coming off of her, and she like looks at Tapisa, smiles, and says, "Okay, time to go," and heads to the door.
Alright, Tapisa pulls her shackle off again.
All right. So how
First off with
stealthy? How stealthy are you planning on being?
Medium
Medium stealthy. Okay.
stealthy.
All right. Yeah. So you guys, I assume, once you open the door, I'm gonna have you roll to both of you roll to rely on your skills and training.
Nice.
Oof. Hold on. Let me
And this is like kind of for the whole roll to make sure A, nobody's like coming from a different part of the house or even from outside. B, nobody, like you're not making enough noise to be heard. It would have to be a fair amount of noise, but still. That's
Could I
why.
push my luck instead because she's not skilled at sneaking?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna be nice to you, but pushing your, well, so are you trying to roll with passion instead of focus? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Because my
It
focus
does
is at
make more
-1.
sense that your character is not super fond of sneaking, but there is a big commotion that's going on. I would say it is still a rely on your skills and training. Because it would be a big sneaking problem if everything was quiet. At this point, you're just trying to make sure that you're not like being seen by anybody, which is not all that hard to do. Like,
Alright.
anybody can do it.
Let me set up the roll then. It's 2d6, yeah?
2d6. It's always 2d6.
Yeah. Wow, that's
There we
low.
All right. So,
There we go. It's included in that part. That is a 7.
7. Well,
To be fair,
unfortunately,
the -1 wouldn't have made a difference.
unfortunately, Jordan did not roll well. Let me just make sure. I have to make sure I need to like memorize all
How
of
is
these.
the non-stealthy character doing better than the stealthy character?
I get a +2. That was it's just a shit roll.
Yeah, it was just a shit roll.
Yeah, it's almost like what Orange said one time it's just untrue.
What do you mean that like you build up dice karma? Yeah.
No. You said one time that like it's not like other games where you basically fail things you're not good at. It's like, no, I'm gonna still fail things I'm not good at that I'm good at.
Yep.
Like, it's still gonna happen.
You do it.
That is very unlucky, though. It's like, losing 2 coin flips, basically.
Yep.
Even less than that, because, like, you would have had to, if you had
It's a
gotten...
one. Losing 2 coin flips is a 1 in 4.
Yeah. So it's even less than that, though, because if you had...
All right. So what's going to happen is just sheer bad luck.
Mm.
You guys are going to make your way out of the front door into the main hall, or into the, is it the main hall or the kitchen?
Kitchen path.
Way. You're going the kitchen path. Okay, gotcha. That you're going to be walking out basically the back door, or the side door. Which one? Which one? Just so I know. Just so I have a geography of it. Because there are 4 doors. There's 1 door on each side of the room. Are you walking out the back door or the right side door?
Which way is closer to my exit?
The back, probably. Yeah.
Then probably the back.
All right, through the back. So there was somebody in the backyard. They've rushed through the door. Now it is darker in this part of the house than in others. And so you may have been able to like really quickly hide, but in this case, you've just been caught. The door kind of sprung open, and your brain froze for a hot second, and you're just seen. It's going to be 2 guards, one after the other, though. It's only the front one kind of that has noticed you right now, but the back one, in this very instant, is just wondering why the person in front of him has stopped moving. All right. So, you guys, I am going to give you just enough time in their surprise to do something. Otherwise, we're going to be starting combat.
Okay. Noae points at in the direction of the fire and says, "I knocked over a candle," and before he looks back, she's gonna be gone.
So that's a trick.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're gonna have to roll the trick.
Yep. And
Roll with creativity.
nope. I have a
you
special
roll-
mechanic that lets me roll with logic when I do tricks to disappear or
You
like
mean roll with focus.
focus. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
So wait, hold on. Read all that out just to make sure I'm 100% kosher.
Read out the playbook thing.
Yep.
Let me find it.
Did you write it in your characters?
Yeah. Surprising entrance. When you trick someone by using your skills to disappear and reappear somewhere else within the same scene, roll with focus instead of creativity. So this exact thing.
Yep. Okay. Well, all right. So you're rolling with focus. Got it. Give me the roll.
So hopefully this goes better, because my odds are good that to get over a 7 at least. There we go, a 12.
There we go. All right. So, this weird child is in front of this man, this fully grown man. He has not quite put together entirely what is in front of him. This weird child who's dressed up in a hood, looking like a cat, with the prisoner behind them, has pointed in a direction. Oh, by the way, hold on. You got you get to pick 2. Just before we forget, you get to pick either they stumble, you take 1 forward acting against them. They act foolishly, the GM tells you what additional opportunity they give you, or they overcommit and they are deceived for some time. You have to choose.
Foolish, overcommit.
Foolish and overcommit. Okay. All right, so don't forget everything I just said. We're gonna keep with that line of speaking. He's going to hear you. He's going to hear the words that you say, not quite know how to put them all together. He's going to look in the direction that you point, which is off to his right. And in confusion, he's going to look back and realize that you are gone.
Mhm.
Are you, in this case, trying to also disappear Tapisa? Or you're just trying to disappear yourself, correct?
Yeah, she's disappearing as fast as possible, but like Tapisa should have the same opening.
Tapisa would have, I mean, it would be a split-second opening.
But they overcommit. They're deceived for some time. Well, that's more so where they vanished, but it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did they go, huh? What are you... Like, so what are you trying to get them to do?
Basically focus on the fire because, like, all she did... basically, she just wanted to seem like a little kid that snuck in, like dozens of other little kids that have snuck in, and then give an immediate explanation of what caused the fire, and so that he focuses on the fire instead of like the strange little kid that he noticed.
You're using the information I told you to your advantage. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
All right. So I, unfortunately, because he's not that dumb that he wouldn't recognize that his prisoner that he's been guarding for like a month and a half at this point.
I mean, she succeeded at her stealth, so you could say that she didn't. She was slightly in the shadows, so he might not.
You know what?
Okay.
And there is you do it imperfectly, so there might be unexpected consequences, and I can accept those consequences from marker fatigue. But
how about you mark
it.
of fatigue if you want to remain hidden?
Mark of fatigue, quickly, do it now.
I do have all my fatigue clear, so sure. One fatigue marked.
So you barely got out of the way. You like, given another second, would have been spotted. But as I said, it's a little bit darker in the kitchen area. You hid behind some shelves of things, and also the guy is confused. So
And
Noae is going to have disappeared. You're going to have kind of maybe been seen, but like it's confusing as to whether or not that is indeed what the guy saw.
I also like the idea of her losing sight of Noae. It's just like she also follows the finger for a split second. And it's like, wait, what the fuck?
But yeah, so you reacted well enough in time. Noae didn't, but she has used her skills for thievery and skullduggery to get out of the guy's sight, at least for now. He is going to be looking all around. He's directly in the frame of the door, by the way. So he's blocking the person who is behind him. And he's like, what did I just... What? Huh? Fire! And so he's going to run forward, forgetting at least momentarily that he saw a child. There's going to be at least the hint in the back of his mind that
Oh yeah.
he saw.
Yeah, he's gonna mention this to his boss. Like, I think a kid knocked over a candle and started this fire.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Yep. Yeah. And so yeah, actually Liv took the fatigue cost, so there are no consequences. She just got away. But in this, I'm going to have you, Liv, roll again to hide quickly. This won't be a push your luck. This will be a rely on your skills and training, because it is a kitchen. There are plenty of things that you can hide behind. But the two of them are going to rush past you, and you've got like a couple of seconds to make your way to a place that's not going to be seen. I'm trying not to.
Drawing tablet to have Discord open.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's an extra screen. It's on all the time. The moment I turn on the
is.
PC, it has to be on, but it doesn't click. So
Is that what you're using to put together the Yeah, that's what he's using to put together the.
no, that's mouse. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to use her tablet.
Wasted effort.
I didn't want to use her
wasted-
tablet without permission. That's rude.
And yet you did. All
For the
right,
thing it's already
so-
doing automatically that I can't turn off.
Liv, I'm gonna have to have you rely on your skills and training.
Alright. That sounds to be fun.
You guys are doing very well, despite all of the fucking shit that you're putting.
That's
all
not.
these
You
people.
spoke too soon. God damn it.
Jordan,
Yes.
would you like to do anything to help?
Yes, I would
our
like to
fair
help.
maiden? Yeah. Okay. You
So-
mark a fatigue.
Yeah.
And tell me how you help.
What is going on? You haven't really said what's going wrong.
All right. So, Liv is the place that she managed to find to hide. The only place it could have been is kind of in the hallway still. And the guards, as they're running past to get to the fire, are going to pass right by her. She has to find a hiding spot, of which there are quite a few around.
But she's not
to-
quite in it well enough.
No.
Okay.
No,
And
not
also,
quite.
like, she's also not like used to this sort of stealth stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so
there are. You said there last time that there was candles and torches around, right?
Yep.
Okay. Easy firebender trait. Like from her hiding space, Noae twirls her arms around and just pumps ki into the torches nearby, making them light up brighter, making the shadows deeper, and the guard's eyes adjust to the new lighting, almost like a mini flashbang, and giving her that extra point.
All right. So, you are going to take Liv an extra.
I'm gonna
you're
take
going
a
to take an
fatigue.
extra.
And she's gonna
Well-
get extra like pluses to her roll, right?
which bumps
Yes.
up to 7. Oh, but I need
Yeah,
to
but it
accept the
only bumps her
consequences.
up to 7, so she succeeds that cost.
Mhm.
So
How your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. That does not mean it will automatically cancel it out and make me be found. Orange.
I know you're just going to take an extra fatigue,
Mhm.
or you could take a fatigue to not take the fatigue.
So fatigue or consequence.
So you're taking a fatigue.
I
and-
sentence you to death by exile.
By exile. Yep.
Fine, I'll take the fucking fatigue.
Man, I didn't know you had ever seen that movie.
I've seen that movie.
Listen, I mean, it came out basically the year you were born, so.
Did it? I could have sworn I've seen.
No, it came out like 9 years after you were born. I'm just making
Yeah.
a young person joke.
Yeah, no, I've seen that whole trilogy.
Anyway.
It's scored by Hans Zimmer, and of course I've fucking seen it.
Oh my god. Have you seen every Hans Zimmer movie?
Everything is Hans Zimmer. You can't see
I
all
was
of them.
gonna say, you can't say that, like, oh my god, of course I've seen it. It's Hans Zimmer if you have not seen all or even most of Hans Zimmer's movies.
Okay, but I've seen a decent amount of that.
Okay, fair enough. It's just you didn't strike me as the person who knows Batman. Anyway.
First of all, my dad is a fan of those movies, so we've seen them together. And two, of course, I'm still a superhero fan and stuff. I like Batman. I watched the. This is.
You're feeling defensive. It feels like you're like having to defend your whole kingdom right now.
Yes, I am.
Anyway.
I've been attacked by Orange.
So you take a fatigue, and this is kind of not to harken back or not to make any kind of pun, but this is kind of due to the stress of the situation in the way that we used to take stress when we were playing on
Yeah.
either the PIP system or some other kind. But yeah, so you're like
Wow, not even going to name it.
what did we?
It's
Was it stressed?
2d20.
Was
It's
it stressed in
2d20.
the dishonor system? Really?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And that got adapted into our theater system.
Listen, we've used so many goddamn like terms like fortitude, stress, physique. It's it's quite honestly hard to keep track. Anyway,
I apologize.
no, you're good.
No,
I'm
it is his
just-
fault.
It is my fault.
I mean, it is your fault in the way that like it's because of you, but it's not like your fault in the way that it's a problem. Anyway, so yeah, you were under quite a bit of stress. You were afraid that you were gonna get caught at that very moment, but you were able to take that extra window that Jordan used to help you, and you were able to hide effectively.
Mhm.
All right. So, for the time being, the coast is clear. However, you can hear that there are still people outside. You hear the rushes through the tall grass of the feet on the property. So,
In the long run, better
what's
for
your
us.
next little move? So, I should say that the back door opened into the kitchen. I described last week that the kitchen kind of extends along the back wall and to a lesser extent along the right side wall. The right side wall is the window through which you came. You are near the back door currently, both of you. So,
Noae pops out of the shadows next to Tapisa. I say, "Okay, good. We're all clear. Let's go." And double checks she's right as she tries to go out the back door.
You're going out the back door. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would ask you to assess the situation. Roll with creativity.
Ooh, wait, is that?
Yeah.
It's creativity.
You thinking as the prodigy, I imagine it would be easy to think, oh, it's focus, because everything is focus, because the prodigy rolls with focus. But it's creativity for this one.
Honestly, the way these are described, it feels like you could use any of them for almost anything.
Yeah,
Like-
you could use harmony for this. Like, oh, okay, inner chi.
Mhm.
I need to get in balance with my senses.
Like passion would be the least successful, but you could still use passion. Just
Yeah.
thoroughly.
I'm passionately looking out the door.
Yeah,
I'm
like
making sure.
panic and vigilance. Those things go together. Trust me, I have anxiety. I know those things.
All right.
Mhm.
So it is at this point also that Noae, not Noae, that Haehung and crap, what's his name? Waterboy. Yuka, thank you. Okay. I have not forgotten your character, Steven. I promise
Are
you.
you sure?
Uh-huh.
I
Are
haven't.
you sure there?
I see. Here's the deal. If you ever feel bad, I, like many people, may forget your name, but I remember everything else. I remember the important
That's not
things.
creepy at all.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is what it's gonna be like always, forever. Is my words purposefully being misconstrued? It's fine.
Uh-huh.
This is my lot in life.
Yes.
Yep.
So I would like to refer to the clip I took earlier.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take this clip of you admitting that my words got misconstrued there and paste that link whenever you paste yours. Anyway.
Go for it. Doesn't take away the fact that your words are what they are.
Yeah, my words are what they are.
And
All right.
also, I never specified what I was referring to.
But you were vague enough that it's
Uh-huh.
believable in a court of law. Your Honor, Your Honor, The witness would like to stab the other person in the neck, please. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah. So what did you roll? Did you just roll that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Would you, Tapisa, like to help?
No.
No,
No, I won't help.
I have 2 fatigue already.
you have up to
She's-
5. As long as we don't get caught, it's 5.
Well, as long as you don't get caught.
And that's what this would be.
Oh, fine. I would like to help.
This is the battle we're in. It's not getting noticed.
I guess.
All right. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry. I meant to go back to Haehong and what's his name, and Yuka.
Mhm.
Yep. I will get Yuka in my brain. If I can get Haehong, I could get Yuka. But so yeah, you could see the plume of smoke from outside, but you're sitting on your ostrich horse, and you're not very well able to see much about the air. Haehong is probably going to hold back. Well, you know what? No, I think Haehong, because the guards out front are gone. They are not there. Haehong is probably going to try and make his way toward the front doors to see what is occurring in this place. It is up to you what you would like to do, Yuka.
Honestly, I'm not sure what my role in this little group here is.
So you, well, I mean, I guess that's down for you to decide.
Yeah.
But I should say that Kota kind of had you in mind as the brawler, the one to fight, because
Did she tell me this?
I think, given that she bought you from a steel cage match that she watched, I don't know that it would be difficult to put 2 and 2 together. How
You'd be surprised.
how
Really shocked,
smart
honestly.
is your character?
What?
Well, not how smart.
IQ of 80.
How insightful is your character? Because everybody's smart in their own ways. In what ways is your character smart? Well, Jordan, are you gonna?
I was gonna make
Can I do that,
I was gonna make a comment about flat earthers.
Well, hey, listen. At least they're good with community.
Well,
With each other.
well.
Oh, I'm trying to be compassionate here. And Jordan's like, nah, fuck 'em.
Jordan
Anyway.
thinks compassion is for losers.
I do not. That's a lie.
Jordan is a straight up psychopath.
That might be true though.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard it
Alright.
on the deep web.
So,
The deep end.
Haehong is going to go up and they're going to draw their sword, or not draw their sword. They're going to put their hand on their sword, just in case they need it. But they're going to kind of subterfugely make their way in through the main gate. It is down to Yuka what he would do in this scenario. It's likely that Haehong is probably motioned for them to come along at this point if they have not moved yet.
Yeah, like I was imagining I would just follow Haehong.
Yep. By the way, I think it should be made clear. We can kind of do a sort of ish flashback, but you've got water on you. Like,
Yeah.
Kota
I
had
figured.
Kota, yeah. I'm just because we have some pedants here.
Is it you?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Are the pedants in the
mostly
room
me.
with us?
Well, the real pedants, please stand up, and it's everybody but Steven.
Listen, I'm also a pedant at times.
Steven
I
like half
claim-
stands up. He's like he does that thing where he's like levitating his butt above the chair. But
He did
not
just say,
quite.
"Listen, I'm also a pedant." When it's not beneficial for him to say that. Like it's literally counter like to his like whole deal right now.
I maintain that I
Your defense is slipping away from your mind, like water through your fingers.
So I only say that to stave off like any reckoning that like he didn't have water on him when he was in the cage match because he wouldn't have had like a skin
Right,
or
right,
water skin on him.
right. You're being defensive. We got it.
Yeah, I'm being defensive. Fuck you. You made me this way, Jordan.
I don't think I did. I think that's
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't think that's true
I
either.
maintain that I copied Jordan.
You did this the moment I met you. I do not believe you.
All right, but I mean, just I'm also not taking things that can't super be taken for granted. Yeah, you've got water on you. You're prepared for the mission. But yeah. So anyway, I would say you've got at least one, probably two skins on you. Anyway,
I have 2 skins, not just the normal one.
you can have one if you want.
Well, can I have 3?
Absolutely stacked.
I would say 2. After 2, it starts to get a little weighty.
You know one of those biker backpacks that they use full of water so that they can keep going? He has one of those, and it's bulging at every angle.
Good God. Anyway, you've got, I would say, max 2 skins. If you want to talk me down to 1, I'm willing to go for it.
I was doing you have 2 skins. Weird. I only got them 1.
Oh, well. You can have 2 of those too if you want. I mean, I don't know what birth defect rates in this world are, but
Birth defects.
Anyway. So, Haehong is gonna look through the front gate, and he's going to see that pretty much everybody has vacated the outside. They've more or less gone inside. At this point, the fire is quelled. You can kind of see firebenders dousing it as it occurs. Not dousing. You know what the word I'm talking is. It's just quell. That's the only word I could think of. Anyway, as like through the window from the outside, as you get to the front gate. But yeah. There's still smoke coming through, and the whole place is charred up. At least a couple people are cursing. They're like, "How did this happen? Search the grounds." It's at this point that at least Haehong will probably step back.
Do you want any more quiche or should I put it away?
Yeah, I would take more.
Yeah, there's about 2 slices left. Do you want both or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
That's my character.
Can I have some quiche?
I have some
That makes sense.
She set a building on fire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's pleased with it.
All right. Your character currently had some time for his, I want to say, for his balance to go back to +2 in stability, because over time it goes back to your center. But if you would like to act on this situation, you may. It's up to what you think your character would do. And if you don't know what your character would do, you can make things up. But Haehong is probably gonna get back out of sight, at least for now, while they try to assess the situation. Back to,
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
gonna roll
try.
to.
I'll try to fight.
All right, I'm gonna
Hmm?
roll at least for Hei Hung to assess the situation. What is their creativity level? I do not have their goddamn what's it called open, because they were the one person who didn't do this in Fari. So creativity is at +1. Okay, I'm gonna roll for them to assess the situation, and then I'm gonna tell them what they got. 2d6 plus 4 more, +1. Do you have to do it outside the thing or inside the thing? No. 2d6 plus 1. Got it. Well, fucking A. All right. They see air.
Damn. That's kind of bad,
Pretty
actually.
good.
So, who or what is the biggest threat? What here can I use to? What should I be on the lookout for?
It's me. I'm the biggest threat.
What's the best way in, out, or through? And who is in the greatest danger?
Who or what is in the greatest danger, to be precise?
The house.
Oh, and you wonder why I called you a
Pendant?
pedant.
The house is definitely the thing in most
Oh.
danger. Holy shit, it's going up.
I wonder why you call her a pendant too. Liv, do you hang on around anyone's neck?
Yeah. No, she's not a noose.
She's a little bit of a nuisance, but
Hey!
There were like 4 levels of wordplay right there. We all
Just-
contributed. It was
it's like
great.
digging deeper into a pit.
Oh, fuck it. All right. All right. That's the problem. Trying not to metagame. All right. What here can I use to? What here can I use to cause a distraction? So, the bell is outside. It is very clearly heard from all over the place. But it's very obvious, and it's bolted on the front of the house where it didn't used to be. It's got a big old Fire Nation insignia on it. You bet that or Hei Hung can probably bet that if a fire was started in this section of the house, it was because that was the section of the house that you weren't going to be. So he is going to take advantage of the for those in Jordan to see.
Well, the demerit notifications don't pop up.
Yeah,
Your pun. It's a
New
new
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
That was good. We were all doing it. That's not fair. This
I'm
is
gonna
not.
cheat.
It's still demerits worthy.
This is not justice.
It's never been about justice.
Always about justice.
So I'm gonna skirt around the exact wording of this because they rolled so high. They're going to know. They're going to, or at least suspect, that ringing the bell would be an adequate distraction. That would help your guys' characters get out of the situation that they're in. So they're going to take advantage of the fact that the front courtyard is pretty much empty except for like guards that are just about to disperse from the fire's location. It's going to be a little bit of a sprint. But Hei Hung is going to be like to Yuka, watch my back. Let me see. Hei Hung is going to rely on their skills and training. Not 2d6 plus 1. Hold on, actually. Rely on skills and training is focus. What is Hei Hung's whole deal? It is a -1. Oh boy. Well, this is gonna be fun. All right.
But hey, -1 focus buddies.
2d6 -1. Hey! Wow! Look at that. Two 5s and 6s right together. All right. They are going to cleanly make it to the bell, and they are going to give it a hearty and sturdy ring. They're going to hit it straight up with their hand. Bang, 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 bang. It's going to make a huge noise. You guys are going to hear it in the back.
It's huge.
Yes, it's a huge noise. It's huge. Man, I want to put my hand in the OK symbol and do the Donald Trump. It's a magnificent noise. You've never heard such a huge noise. That noise was not such a disgrace. Sorry, I had to loop in one of the other words that I know. There are only so many.
Only so many folks.
Only so many, aren't there, folks? So yeah. Yeah, the guards that are now somewhat dispersed are going to immediately be alerted to Hei Hung and his presence. And that would include Ta Lin, who Hei Hung through the window at this point can see. This is the first time you guys, at least, are currently seeing her. She is about 6'2", and she is a very serious looking woman. Her uniform, like some of the other uniforms of the guys, they've got like little imperfections here and there. This is not the case for her. Everything up to her top knot is perfectly done. If anything, her top knot is a little too tight. But she looks at you, or looks at Hei Hung, locks eyes with him, and flares her nostrils. She is pissed that somebody is fucking with her shit, and Hei Hung will be her her new target. I'm going to leave it in suspense for a little bit, whether or not he gets out of that situation, how he rolls to run away. But it's at this point that I think Jordan. No, hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, you just created a major distraction.
Yeah. Live for it.
All right. Because Crow's back now. Do we want to pause the proceedings to kind of
Quick recap.
quick
Yeah,
recap?
sure. Go for it.
Well, Crow, actually, how indisposed are you? Like, if you're just like logging on because you're in church.
Yeah, if you're at church, don't log on. Watch on Twitch if you're at church. Is my suggestion.
Yeah, right. I don't know if they're typing anywhere. Oh well.
And they left. I suspect they were in church.
They were in church.
Right. That's a good thing that I asked.
Mhm.
So yeah, did you end up helping?
Yes,
Okay.
which means that Pass and get to ask one of the questions.
Who did that?
I don't know. Some Ace
Which
Attorney
demon?
nerd.
Mm-hmm.
You said proceedings, and my brain went there.
Proceedings, yes. So you know. Well, hold on. What's the question you're gonna ask with the assess the situation?
There are people out here we need to sneak past.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah.
Nothing. There is nobody out there. Everybody's gone. They've all come inside. It was really just those two. Normally, good lord. Normally they kind of make a horseshoe way through. To your right, there is going to be that forest that we talked about. It's kind of it's overgrown at this point. It's kind of a pain to get through. So it's going to be open on your left, but there's nobody around. No,
Okay.
left.
Left. Got it.
Yes. We're doing the Cupid shuffle. Happy puppy.
Okay.
Uh,
She waves her companion along and goes for the forest.
it is at this point that you hear the alarm bell. Oh, cool. It was only 30 minutes instead of 0.5 an hour. Yeah, 1.5 hour. Okay. Anyway, so you're back now? Is that what you're saying?
And we're back from outer
Yes, who's
space.
back? All right. So are you able to RP? All right. If you're able to RP, we will go over what you have missed.
Where are you getting this information?
They are DMing me in particular for some reason.
Ooh, special.
I know, right?
Very
See?
special.
So what has happened is, since the time you left, Jordan started several fires in the lower right corner of the house. It was a sitting room and a guest bedroom that are now up in flames, or at least were.
Arson, yes.
Jordan, yeah, arsonists, baby. In this time, Jordan snuck back, and he and Tapisa tried to sneak out the back door. They were momentarily caught by two individuals who were trying to get to the fire. Oh, yeah. See, look at me, telling things out of order. The fire was noticed by the guards, and immediately the alarm was rung. It's a really, really loud bell that it would wake up everybody in the neighborhood, and it is the means by which Kota found out that there was a problem at the place in the middle of the night. You and Steven both got woken up. You and I should say Yuta both got woken up.
Yeah.
And Yuka, god damn it. I will get it right every time soon, I swear. People answering the alarm from the backyard.
I disconnected for a moment there. That was weird.
Well, you didn't miss anything.
Fair enough, continue.
But Jordan's character, who was leading,
The stream did lag.
Yeah.
well, they didn't miss anything either. Assuming that they had watched the VOD entirely.
Yeah, it is just a recap, so.
Or watched the stream entirely. Anyway, he was able to use his trickery to momentarily, or to actually confuse the guy who was in front. She actually, Noae, because Jordan took advantage of the fact that I said that kids often come in here and are caught and then, make their way or like shown out. Jordan's character pointed to like the area of the house that was on fire, and she was like, I knocked over a candle. And with the point, the guy looked, and Jordan rolled really, really high for his trick. So he disappeared after having pointed, and the guy looked away. Liv succeeded her stealth roll, but took a fatigue in order to make it truly succeed. She took 2 fatigue actually because she had to roll again because she one of the consequences was she didn't super hide very well. All right. Anyway, yeah, they have made their way outside. I piloted your character effectively. You went to the front yard and you saw that there was nobody there, and you rolled really high on a assess the situation check. So you kind of put together that, hey, this alarm bell, right? It's right next to where the point of the house that was on fire. So this is a good distraction that would help Liv's character get out. So you went ahead and rang it. Yeah, you do have high perception. Yeah, because you the deal is that you have high creativity, or at least you have a +1 to creativity. So that is the role for assess the situation. So you ran up because you also rolled really high on your skill check to get toward the door quickly. And +1 to harmony. Hold on, let me see. Because I have it in front of me. At least the one that you gave me. Oh, no. So the extra point you gave was to harmony. That means you have a +2 to harmony. So you have, in case it's unclear, all of those stats. Yeah. The word creativity has a +1 next to it. The word focus has a -1 next to it. You put a +1 into harmony, which already had a +1, so it's a +2. And then you have like a 0 for passion. Anyway. Ooh, okay. Ookie gookie. You rang the bell, and you locked eyes with Ta Lin, who is the leader of this outfit, and she is not happy with you. So she's gonna try and chase you, and I kind of left you on a cliffhanger as to whether or not you can get away. But yeah, so Hey Hung, does Hey Hung have ADHD?
There's no
But
diagnosis.
yeah,
I don't know if they've invented ADHD in the real world.
If they've invented
I'm
ADHD.
sure it's just some kind of.
But looking
genius.
at my stats, I have +1 to creativity and -1 to focus.
Leans that way, doesn't it?
Okay, I can see that. All right. I was like, oh, what in the actions made you think? But yeah. So, it's at this point that they are sneaking out the back. They hear the bell. And at this point, the guards are well and truly out of your way. You're probably not going to have to roll unless things happen. You're probably not going to have to roll to get out. They are well and truly not paying attention to you.
Nice. So we head to the back and just hop that fence.
All right. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, so they're not the only ones with -1 to focus.
No. Jordan is the one who like tanked focus because he's the prodigy.
Yeah.
And I need to start using characters' names more. Anyway, so do you want to role play hopping over the fence more, or you just want to keep it short and sweet? And simple?
I mean, honestly, do it pretty impressive because Noae has fire step, so she basically jumps in the air and kind of.
Goddamn have fire step.
Yeah, motherfucker.
It's jet step for one, but
Fine. Jet step, and she jet steps a few times and is over the wall.
Oh yeah, just like fucking look back at Tapisa.
Yeah.
I mean, she's tall, but this is like an 8-foot high wall.
Yeah, I look back at Tapisa as I do it, and Tapisa's out.
I look back at her, and she's already out.
I'm waiting for the demerit to pop up.
No, I don't know if you would get a demerit for insinuating that Liv's character's just so fucking awesome that she just teleports through the wall.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely what I insinuated.
That's definitely what he was doing.
Yeah, you got it in one. Moving on.
I don't know what I misunderstood, but we're moving on, I suppose.
Yep. There's a VOD of it, so you can watch it over and over again if you don't want to get it.
I am gonna not do that.
Yeah.
I've got better things to do with my time.
That's fair.
Name 3. Anyway.
Anyway. So yeah, Liv, we could just say you get over the wall, but if you would like to put some extra flavor on it, you know.
Nah.
All right.
She's not particularly fancy.
All right. If the grease stains on her clothes don't give it away.
The dirt smudged on her.
She gives me every inclination of like have you ever seen Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
You know Ed?
Yes.
The amount
Yes.
that amount of care for her appearance. That exactly. Oh, you've seen. I mean, Ed comes in at some point in the series, but she is a main character.
Yeah.
I mean, I will point out also that Ed is like very non-binary coded,
Oh, okay.
as in
Very
no
much
to
so,
like.
yeah.
Well, I mean, this was also the '90s. They called her, I think.
Yeah. They did,
Yeah. Yep.
but also like they're very clearly like
Yeah.
non-binary as all hell.
Yeah.
So.
Ed is
Their fucking name is Ed.
Ed is any all whatever you say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gender is a distraction from Ed's true goals.
I mean, I would say I don't know. I'm not up on my LGBT history as much.
Singular they have existed longer than singular you.
Yeah, but it wasn't super used in America, and definitely not in.
It was always used in
Japan.
America. When you don't know someone's gender, linguistically you always
That is
default.
fair.
It's just
Yeah.
that we then made a divide that it was rude to do it continuously. So.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So you guys are out.
Yeah.
We're gonna flash back to Crow's character, who I've put in peril.
Dun, dun, dun,
Crow,
dun, dun, dun,
you're gonna have, I want to say, 20 Fire Nation people, Fire Nation soldiers, like directly
20
in
of
front
them.
of you. Yeah.
Damn, I hate them.
And plus a colonel who's very pissed with you. This is
Because I jumped the fence?
I mean, you went in through the front gate, but you rang the bell.
Oh, right, I did ring the bell.
Just say I
To
thought this
draw
bell was for everyone.
Yeah.
I rang the bell to draw the guards away from whatever the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so yeah, you can either run away, or you can try and stand and fight to kind of be more of a distraction. You have Yuka behind you, but I will reiterate that Yuka kind of got the shit beat out of him, and he only had like 4 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah, he got the shit beat out of him at the Earth Rumble 6.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was kind of Earth Rumble. You get the impression, or at least I'm gonna tell you that it was that normally it's Earthbenders fighting Earthbenders. It was kind of a
It was
surprise.
Element Smash.
Yeah, it was kind of a surprise that they finally found a waterbender who they could get to do that fight. But yeah.
Okay. I will try and create an opening for me and Yuka then, and get back over the fence.
All right. So what I should say is that you are outside the house right now. The doors are closed. People can see you through the window, but everybody else is inside. So at least you have a running start.
All right. I choose to fight.
You're gonna fight. Hell yeah.
You're gonna fight
At
20
least
dudes?
one
What the?
or- Just the one in front, and then we'll run.
Just the ones in front. Okay. All right.
Just a couple.
So how are you going to do that? Because you currently have the element, or you have, I guess, the action here. You can break down the door, you can open the door, you can like go inside, or you can just wait for them if you want to fight.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought they were already outside.
No, you're in the
No.
court between the outer wall and the house, and they're in the house, but they all see
Yeah. You have like a couple of seconds head start, is what I'm saying.
They don't see us yet.
you. They do see you, but you have a lot of room to run.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought they were already like charging at us. Then I'll take Yuka and run
All right. So
in the opposite direction of where
unless,
the
yeah, I was gonna
door.
say unless Yuka made his way closer to you. He's by the gate, which is about, I want to say, 15.
I did make my way closer to him, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, 15 yards between the gate and the the front of the house. That's the span that you're gonna have to run, and you're gonna have to run it
Okay.
here. So I'm going to ask you to rely on your skills and training.
All right.
That's going to be a 2d6 roll for focus. Your focus is -1.
Oh, okay. I have to do.
My
I
helping.
don't have dice, so I will roll
Um,
additional dice.
usually you because it says you can help after your roll, but if you would like to help and use the fatigue to do so and add 1 to whatever the roll was going to be, you can.
I got a 7.
You got a 7. Okay, I would save that help because it's only going to get it up to an 8, which would be the same level of success. All right, so you are trying to think of what would be an adequate level of harm to do, because you have to do this imperfectly.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So,
Well, unfortunately for me, I have to go.
all right. Well,
Oh,
at the very least.
Already? Damn.
an hour early?
Yeah. Right.
I can explain later, but
Alright.
Okay,
No worries.
that's fair.
Hey,
These things
unfortunately,
happen.
yeah.
Would you mind, since the two of you are together, Olivia, taking over Jordan?
I can try to.
But then who will control the stream?
Yeah, the stream's gonna have to end
Yeah.
regardless.
All right.
Right.
Okay, so fast stream.
We'll
Nice.
give
Goodbye.
stream a recap of what's
Yeah.
going to happen. Unless we do want to stop here.
Yeah, we can just stop. Like, let's.
Yeah, I'd say just stop.
Okay.
2 hours
Yeah.
is a good
Okay.
stream. We've made lots of progress.
Yep.
Okay.
And I get to go read my fanfic.
Yay! Goodbye, internet.
Adios.
Ta-ta.
All right.